Hey ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be giving you a garage tour, and I'm going to show you all the cars that I've accumulated over the years. I don't know, 6 years I guess, of playing GTA Online. So, I'm going to start at my arena. I'm going to cut out all the transportation getting to my garages, but I'm going to show you all of my vehicles that I have, including this one here. Now this is an RC Bandito. If you do not have an arena, you cannot have an RC Bandito, because this is where your RC Bandito sits, is in your arena workshop. So, we're just going to run through. Who cares about what the cars are? I will tell you a little bit about each one. This one is a BENNYS van. As you can see, has Yankton plates. It's upgraded all the way, 100%. Got BENNYS wheels. The only reason I have that is because I think I used it to merge in here one time. This is a Tampa GT, which I got at the LS car meet last week, which I don't think that's the one, but I think I have another one somewhere. A Canis Terminus, which I put F1'S on. There is a drift car right there that I got from the LS car meet also. We're going to speed through this pretty quick because I got a lot of vehicles and I want to make a video of every one of them. This one I need to upgrade still. I either need to put BENNYS or F1'S on it or something. But speaking of arena, this one is a Dinka Blista, I believe, because it's the same thing as the Go-Go Monkey car. And I do have the Go-Go Monkey car. It's just not this one. This one I need to upgrade still. This one I upgraded not too long ago. I think I have a video upgrading it. Upgraded it with one of those $1 million Sentinel XS's, and that's what it came out like. This FCR 1000, I believe it is was only in here for duping purposes. I have a short on it where you used to be able to drive in the workshop, make yourself disappear, and you used to go over to this blue circle somewhere in here and duplicate ECs all day long. This car I got from the LS car meet last week and made a video on how to merge it for free. And this is the workshop level to the arena, so let's go up to the next level. And speaking of the arena, I've been thinking of starting a series for live YouTube videos of doing Arena War series, kind of like Gravesight's doing for PlayStation series people. If any of you guys would be interested in doing the Arena War, leave a comment down below if you are interested, and I will do live YouTube sessions of Arena War, possibly every night. I mean, one night a week's not going to do much, so we have to at least, put our heads to it and maybe go live, do Arena Wars every night, every other night, something like that. But leave a like on the video and smash that subscribe button. Bam! Because there we go. That's what it looks like right there, eh? So subscribe to the channel, and then you won't miss any lives or any videos that I post. This right here is an Arena War Scrab. We did a mission there not too long ago. I think it is out of the garment factory, where this Scrab is one of the vehicles you have to drive at the end, and I liked how clean it was and how it looked, so I went and got one myself. This car here is one of Hal's first cars that he ever got. There's a free Banshee that you can get from BENNYS Auto Work. Upgraded all the way. This car right here is a freaking beast. It's a Benefactor Sterling GT. Needs to be modded a little bit. This here is a Bricio. That is another BENNYS car. Looks pretty sick, sitting on fatty wide tits like it is. Here's a weaponized Ignis that I got from my buddy Shotty. There is a Karen Hot Ring Hellfire, I believe that is. Here is a, I don't know, this is just a monster car. And Pointe Arbiter Beat GT. So if you buy the arena and you get all these garages, you get 30 extra parking spaces, and you actually get some center aisles for like your big Cerberus truck, which is sitting right there in the middle of everything. The big Cerberus truck. Let's go this way now. Here is my Future Shock Sasquatch. I bought all the Future Shock stuff and then merged it all, except for this thing. It's a Future Shock Brutus. Looks a little bit different, except for these things, I think. This is an Apocalypse. This is a ZR380. And here's another Scrab. See, I had this Scrab before the other one. And this one looks pretty dirty, rusty, dingy, so I bought the other one that's downstairs. It looks cleaner. There's another Future Shock Dominator or something. Imperator. And here's the Scrab, which I actually, or the Cerebus. The Cerebus, which I want to merge somehow and put BENNYS on, or F1'S or something on there. Not sure how. There's my Future Shock Death Bike. And here is my Future Shock Bruiser. Future Shock Bruiser. That's what it is on BENNYS. Here is the Coil Cyclone 2. This was one of the first electric cars that came into GTA. I think like the EGT Omnis or something like that was one of the first ones. That was also. Here is a Sentinel XS. Now this is not one of those free cars that people are getting in videos and stuff. This is actually bought from a legit source online there, Legacy Motorsports or something like that. But I also have another one that I found on the street. And actually, let's take this for a ride to the next garage. I see you when I get there. Be my nightclub. Alright, here we are at my nightclub. Gonna go inside, check out what we got for rides in this joint. I'll go to Terabyte Garage first, work my way up. And now sitting in here is my Terabyte. Just can't see it. It's invisible. No, I'm just kidding. This is where your Terabyte goes when you get a Terabyte. You no longer need a nightclub to get a Terabyte, but you used to have to own a nightclub before you could get your Terabyte because you need the garage to put it in. But now you can just put it in your garment factory. So now we're on B4. When you buy the nightclub, you got to buy each individual garage separate. So you have to buy B2, B3, B4, and B5, which is your Terabyte garage. And now, just so you know, I have a shitload of cars that are modded, and I have a shitload of cars that aren't. So what I've been doing lately is I've been trying to stick my modded cars all in one spot and my non-modded cars all in one spot. So that way I know what I need to do for modded cars, because I want to make every car modded somehow. Alright, so this is an Imponte Ruiner modded. Weenie EC. Not sure what this car is. Grotti Turismo Classic. Enos Windsor Drop. Here's a Grotti Cheetah Classic. Overflood Xeno. Not modded. A Bravado Verlier. Here's a Overflood Morgan on F1'S. A Tundra Panthera and a Vapid GB200. I have another one of these somewhere. Not sure where it is. They were sitting side by side inside my arcade. I'm assuming my other one is at my arcade, but we'll see when we get there. Let's go to B3 now. Alright, here we are at B3. Let's see what we got here. 2 ciphers set up for drift tuning. My daughter has the same car. I bought these 2 off of her because I wanted to make one a regular house car and I wanted to make one a drift tune, but I have not done that with either one of them. They're both still set up for drifting. So, Enos Cognoscetti, this car is armored. And here is an Ocelot Virtue. I believe this car is the car that you get. Yep, it is. It says Mindful on the license plate. This is the car that you get when you finish the DAX missions. You get it for free. Here is a Phoenix. Imponte Phoenix. Which has to look like a 70s, early 80s Thunderbird. The Ubermacht Revolter, which is just sitting on regular rims. A Debauchee Champion, which we all got free for being GTA Plus members not too long ago, just this month, I think. Which, this is not the car that I got for free, but this is pretty much the champion that I did get for free. So we'll see that one soon too. This one right here is that Tampa that looks like it was on back of that tow truck in the back of LS Car Meet, because that's what it is. Anytime you can get a free car at the LS car meet, send it. Yeah, because you know what? Nothing's better than a free fucking car, eh? Alright, there's the Vigilante. I used to have that sitting on F1's, but I got sick of the rear tires being off the ground, so I put the regular tires back on it. Now let's go to B2. Alright, so here we are at B2. First off, we have a taxi. Anything that has a taxi livery on that, you can use as a taxi delivery vehicle. So I can use this to deliver people if I want to. A classic Broadway. This is a regular Ignis, not like it's the same thing as the weaponized Ignis, just without the 50 cal gun on the top. There's a Dominator ASP, which actually came out with the tuning shit that came out with the auto shop. The Caracara 4x4. And oh yes, we got the old Dax van right here, mister. What the fuck is in the back of there? Oh, there's a little cot in the back there to sleep on. Check that out. But did this up hippie style. Got the old pink F1's on it. This is a free LRG done up BENNYS with F1's on it. Here's a Gesture RR. Nothing done with that yet, which I need to do something with it soon. Need to put either F1's or BENNYS on it. See, you can't tell me this car right here with F1's on it don't look good. I mean, I think it looks slick. I know a lot of people like putting BENNYS on all their cars, and they don't like the F1 look, but I mean, F1 does look good on some cars. You know, I think F1 would look good on this car. I want to try putting one of these race cars, like the Hot Wings, or whatever the fuck they're called, the Hot Ring Hellfires. I want to try putting F1's on them. They already got racing tires on them, but I want to try putting F1's on them to see if it makes a difference or not. I mean, obviously it will, because you'll be able to change a couple things on it. But here's a Pfister SUV, Porsche SUV. And here is a Romeo hearse. And there's my fucking security guard right here. What's up, bro? What are you doing, Chuck? Fuck you got your flashlight out for, bro? Fucking lights are on in here. What's up there? Spiders, bro? I mean, this guy, even this fucking guy in the back of the car is laughing at you, bro. I mean, got his fucking flashlight out. It's not even working. I think he's been in my stash too much back here, but let's go to B1, or the nightclub entrance or whatever. But I don't know, bro. Hey, Chuck, I see some of that fucking product missing back here in this storage room. Your fucking ass is grass, dude. Alright, so here we just have the delivery trucks, which we have the Speedo, the Mule, and the Pounder, which are all armored up. Nothing's customized on any of them. I haven't done anything. I haven't modded any of them or anything yet. I still have a lot of modding to do. Let's go up to the nightclub entrance, the service entrance. I think I already know what's up here in the service entrance, I believe. Now, every garage that I own is a 10-car garage or more. I do not go for those little 2-car garage, 5-car garage, 6-car garages, whatever they are. I've already upgraded to 10-car garage or more. And I have like 22 garages, which means I have over 200 cars. Oh, yes, I knew this was here. This is my original EC. This is the very first car that started duping. And now when I dupe, I don't use the original. I use a dupe to dupe. So, give it up for the dupes and hit that subscribe button, bro. If you forgot, let's do it. But, yeah, this is the one that started it all. This is where I keep my original, because you can only fit one car in here. And what better place to keep one car than your nightclub service entrance. Now, let's get out of here and go to my next garage, which will probably be the garment factory. Alright, let's go into the garment factory. Let's go first floor. We'll get this done with and out of the way. Here's my terabyte. Plain Jane terabyte. Not modded. Nothing. Just plain Jane terabyte. Sitting in my garment factory. So this is one of the better businesses that you can buy, because you actually get free garage storage. You get a free weapons workshop. You get a free safe. And you don't have to pay for any of it. You get to upgrade your guns there. You get free snacks over there on table. Over there. Grab some snacks. You guys ever come in here, you're hungry, you know? But we got cars to show, so let's get on with it. Alright, so here is the Bring 'em, the Ghostbusters car. that I believe we got when we did the salvage yard mission, so it has a special plate on it, I believe. This is a Vapid Blade, non-modded. This is a D-Class Drugger, non-modded. Here's a Tailgater S. Imponte Dukes. A lot of these are non-modded. I haven't gotten to them yet. I've modded a lot of other things, but not these things. Here is a Sterling Stinger GT, which I believe is a car that you can get in this next coming upgrade, the week of February 18th, 19th. This is a Fathom FR36, and it's obviously sitting on BENNYS. This here is a Baller STD, which is something I believe I won from the wheel. This is an Ominous EGT, which is another one of the very first electric cars that came into GTA, and obviously the Deluxo. Alright, see how the spoiler lifts up when you get going certain speed? What, 10 miles an hour or something? Spoiler lifts up on it. Alright, I'm not going to bring you through the front door of my arcade because you don't need to see all my arcade games and stuff. I'm just doing a garage tour right now. So, let's go in here. Alright, we are in my arcade. And here we have another race car, which is not on F1'S, I don't believe. Well, maybe I did. Maybe I did put this on F1'S. That's the Pisswasser Dominator. I don't know if it's on F1'S or not. It looks like it is. And the Uranus Lost Speed, which came out a year ago. A year ago this week, actually. And here's the Dinka Blista Go-Go Monkey car. Looks like it's got chrome on it or something, I think. I don't know. That's the Go-Go Space Monkey car from the Arena War. Can be yours if you want to do Arena War with me. So hit that thumbs up and leave a comment if you want to do Arena War. This is a D-Class Stallion. Put on F1'S, I believe. Looks like there's F1'S. I mean, those yellow chapels can only go on F1'S. Must be this one too. That is a Truffade Thrax and a Seminole Frontier on BENNYS, along with a Manchez Scout dirt bike from the island from Cayo Perico. That is a motorcycle that you can ride a wheelie on all the way around the map. And here is the Nagasti Shataro, which I think was on sale last week. This damn car here, the Anus Remus, I'm going to have to do something with because it looks pretty hideous sitting like that. Oh, there's my other Vapid GB200 that I told you I had another one with in the nightclub. That one's sitting on BENNYS, and that looks pretty slick. So let's take this thing now. Alright, so here we are at the auto body shop, or the auto shop. And I don't see a whole lot that's modded in here. But we do have a Tacoma Coupe, Truffade Adder, which I'm going to put F1'S on. The RT3000. Here's a little Carbon RS motorcycle. Here's the Werner HKR. This one and that one, along with that car that was just last in my arcade. These all came out with the tuners thing. Not this one. This one's the Entity MT, which I need to do something with too. I think F1'S on that would look pretty sick. The Visor Neo. The Vapid Hustler. And here's the little minivan. This little minivan I think is sitting in here for duplication reasons also. This fucking car that sits in here, if you ever buy an auto shop and you gotta do missions for Sasanta, that's the only fucking time you ever see that car move, is when you gotta do that mission for her. The rest of the time it just takes up your garage space. We will go over to my agency. I guess we'll take a shortcut there. Actually, we can check out Dax first. We'll check out Dax.
Hey there, I'm hoping it's gonna be a nice weekend. I'm hitting the beach. Good to see you doing okay.
Here is my acid lab and delivery bike, which all these things I'm showing you are upgraded to the max. The most expensive shit you could put on them. And my acid lab, I still got to merge too, along with my terabyte and a couple other things. But there's that.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Who's this frickin' thing in my acid lab? I like how I own all these properties and these guys just hang out, waste the electricity, and do drugs in them. I mean, don't worry, I'll pay for it. Alright, here we are in my agency. Alright, in my agency, we have a Clique wagon. And I do have one of these too, which you cannot get. I do have one of these as my personal vehicle, this Jubilee. You can get those as your own vehicle if you know how to do it right. I will show you that when we get there. Alright, so here we have... Oh no, this is the one I got from the salvage yard one, with the pounder plate that says Battle. Alright, there's a Dinka Chavos V6. There's a Pagasi Torero XO. Non-merged. Overflood Tyrant. An Obey iWagon. There's the Envisage, which was a GTA Plus car. The Weenie Dynasty. I don't think that can have that livery on it, but it's on there now. Here is the Park Ranger rig that you buy that and you get the free Park Ranger outfit with it. And here is the Buffalo EVX that I won. I won that somewhere. I think it was in the LS car meet. And then this week I got this one off the wheel. So I'm going to do something with these. Usually I'll put BENNYS on one and F1'S on the other. We'll see when we get to that point. Alright, so these two cars right here came out with the one on the right came out with the tuners update. This one, the Annis Euros, came out with the tuners update back there in the auto shop. This one is a Grotti Stinger TT, which is a nice looking car. This one is a Gallivanter Baller ST, which is like the Baller STD. It's just ST. There's a Lampadati Cinquemila, whatever that is. And I think this is like Franklin's car, the Buffalo STX. This one is another one that came out with the tuners update, the Emperor Vector. And there's another one, the Pfister Growler. And this one is an Itali GTO, which was one of the fastest cars in the game for a little while. And then the Annis 300R. And I have no idea who the fuck's motorcycle that is, but it is in there. So actually, let's take this Mad Dragon for a ride. This is my motorcycle collection right here. As you've seen, I have a bunch of other motorcycles that are other places, but you can only fit 10 of them in here. So let's take a sneak peek at this thing. Here is the Sanctus. I already know that's a Sanctus because I like riding that bike. So that is the LSS Sanctus. Here's the Shiatsu Hakachu. Here's the Nagase Carbon RS, which I already have another one of somewhere. Pagasi Ruffian. And then my Batsu Manchez, which is another one that you can ride a wheelie on for quite a ways. This one is the PCJ 600. And there's another Mabatsu Sanchez, which you can still ride a wheelie on. A Pagasi Vortex, which is the ones that you use when you do the Pacific Standard heist. And it has a little nitro that you can kick in when you get to a certain level and it builds back up. Western Zombie Chopper. And a Dinka Double T. And now over here you can get your own free motorcycle upgrade shop. And there is a customer's car, customer's bike, just like the auto shop. So let's get the hell out of here. Haven't seen that place in like 5 years. Now I like this office because you get a little underground parking. And you can never get back out to it this way unless you take car out. Alright, so this whole floor is all BENNYS cars that are fully upgraded. So let's get into the right view here. Alright, so here we go. These are all of BENNYS cars upgraded, full extent upgrades. Here's that same motorcycle I got in my arena. Just this one's upgraded, that one's not. Every single one of these is BENNYS fully upgraded. It's my weaponized insurgent. Yes, that's a BENNYS rig, fully upgraded. There's another Banshee, fully upgraded, BENNYS. Got two of those. This used to be my favorite car. the Spectre. This was, I think, one of the first cars I put F1s on just because it's got that wide body stance and the tires stick out the side. I kind of like that look. It looks mean and badass, kind of. There's a Voodoo. I think that's a, no, D-Class Tornado Custom. I forget where the Voodoo is. Probably just ran past it. This is the Evil Weevil. The BF Weevil Custom. I don't think this is the one that came from English Dave. It could be, but I think I have another one. Here's another free Allergy Retro Custom. Looks like it's been in a race and all worn out and dragged up along the wall and stuff. Which I did that look on purpose, just because I have the other race car that is in good shape, and this one's got stitches on the bumpers. And here is another one of them Vortex bikes, I think. No, the FCR 1000. What's the one downstairs then? A Slam Van Custom. The Peyote Custom. Here's a Nero Custom. That was another one of my favorite cars because it's got that same wide body stance with the F1s on it. And an Albany Manana. And a lot of these lowriders, like this one, has hydraulics in it. Got the big old speakers in the back. It's got hydraulics. You can actually bounce the freaking back up and down and, you know, act like you're a real Mexicano. Here is Garage 2. Now this one is a Maxwell Asbo. Look at the stance on that thing. I mean, that's crazy. A Grotti Furia, which I need to do something with. I need to mod that car. I'm going to mod this four-wheeler too. Nagasi Blazer. This Vapid Flash GT, which is just like a Ford something. I do have this modded though. This has F1s on it, believe it or not. It should have regular tires. And I think this is another CEO vehicle, the Enos Super Diamond. The Annis ZR 350. Albany, Washington. There's a Cognan Saudi Cabrio, which is the same thing that's in my nightclub. This one's just not armored. It's a Obermacht Sentinel Classic, which is a nice little car. Now this truck right here, the Vapid Sand King, you can get this up in Sandy Shores, parked in that used car lot, right across from the LS Customs right there. And they have a ton of them that spawn for nothing. You bring it, you put some insurance on it, you get it for nothing. This right here is the Karen Everon. Now I did put F1s on that. I won 2 of these off the wheel one time. I don't know if this is one, but there's a Benefactor Krager. This used to be a nice little car too. I used to drive all the time. But as you can see, a lot of these cars, they don't really even get used. I mean, I haven't even seen these cars since I was 10. I'm almost 50 now. So this right here is a Mabatsu Penumbra, and you got this free livery last year, the year of the snake, for the same thing that's going on now. This is the year of the horse, Chinese calendar thing. This one's got F1s on it. The Grotti Turismo R. I got one of these too somewhere. I saw that. The Turismo was sitting in my thing. There's a Grotti Itali RSX. That used to be a pretty fast car too. Modded, got F1s. That one's got F1s. This one's got F1s. I used to like putting F1s on my stuff. Here's a D-Class Impaler. A Gauntlet Classic. Here's another four-wheeler. That's the Lifeguard one, which I got to mod that one too. And here's another hearse. It's just a plain Jane hearse. Got a casket in the back with some flowers. And here we are in office level 3. So this thing is a Peyote Gasser. It has been modded. Those are F1s on the front, and the back tires stay the same as when you buy it. You cannot get those back tires to change. This car is a Tyrus, which used to be a nice little car too. Here's a BF Club. It's all modded with F1s on it. Ocelot Swinger with F1s. Obermacht Rebellia GTS with F1s. Here's a Vapid Retinue MK2. I think this is on the list this week too. That one's modded with F1s on it. So all these cars right there got F1s. And an Overflood Entity XF. I think I have another one of those somewhere too. Here's a Inverto Coquette Classic. I actually got to do something with that. I got to do something with all the ones that are just plain Jane. There's a Chameleon, a GPI, Calico GTF. This is one of the cars that came out with the tuner update also. Here is the James Bond. So you see how they have that? They have the JB700W, which is James Bond 007, but they turned it around to James Bond 700 instead of 007, but those guns on the front actually work. The Benefactor Feltzer. That's actually a sick little car too. A Progen Imerus. I remember when I got that car actually. That was sick. That used to be a fun little car. The Michelin GT. No idea. I haven't even seen that car in forever. Don't even know where I got it. And here's another one of those Mabatsu Penumbras with the same livery as downstairs. Just don't have the F1s on it. Here is a Karen Sultan RS. I think that's going to be the car on the wheeler unless it's a Karen Sultan Classic. The Vapid Dominator GT. Now, number one, shouldn't have this car. That's why it's flashing like that. Because nobody has this car unless you know how to get it. And there's the Mammoth Patriot. And there is the Lampadati Novak. So, see how that car flashes like that? That's because it shouldn't be in here, but it is. And then I will meet you at my Eclipse Towers. Alright, I got Penthouse Suite 1, 2, and 3. We'll start with number 1. Alright, here's another set of motorcycles. Here is the original Oppressor. This is not the MK2. This is just the original one. I think I have another one somewhere too. I had 2 of those things. I'm not sure where the other one is, but there is the Power Surge. There's the Vortex again. There's a Zombie Chopper again. I want to merge this Rampant Rocket and see what happens to these back tires if I put BENNYS on, I wonder. Not sure. But there is the Deflyer. There's another Carbon RS. That's the 3rd one I've seen. There's the Princip Electro. And here's 2 Fagios that I used to use to merge. So, let's go to number 2. Alright, so I don't think any of these are merged. There's a Dinka Gesture Classic. Here is a Lampadati Tropos Rally, which I think I have another one of those too. There's a Truffade Z-Type, which I have another one of those, I know. An Obey Omnis, I have another one of those too. Here's another Mabatsu Manchez. An Ocelot Lynx. The Vapid Winky. A Futo GTX, which actually was part of the tuners thing also. And another Obey Omnis. So none of these have been merged or anything, which is a lot of work I have to do still. Alright, here's my other Karen I've run. This is the one I went off the wheel. I didn't do anything to it. I just sent it here. And I also want to take this BF Raptor and I want to merge this also and see if I can get F1s on the front of that. Here is an Overflood Entity XXR. And there is an Anis Minimus. And here is a Rat Truck with BENNYS on it. A Dinka Sugoi, which has not had nothing done to it. An Enos Huntley. And there's a Drift Yosemite, which I have another one of those somewhere. A D-Class Vagario. And an Overflood Suzumi, which I think I have another one of those somewhere too. Alright, onto my Eclipse Towers or Eclipse Boulevard garage. There goes a self-driving van. You can make a clip of that and drop it for yourself. I learned how to parallel park in GTA. Alright, so these are all merged. This right here you can get by having send a Merryweather strike team on you or something like that. I don't remember what it is, but you can steal their Jeep and keep it for your own use. This car right here, this Progen R Armored, you get this by completing the missions for Agatha at the casino. Here is a Menacer, which has a 50 cal gun on the roof. Here is another Cypher that is all decked out, ready for fucking purple parade, I guess. This right here is an Ubermax Sentinel XS. This is one of the ones I found off the street. And it came as is, except it did not have the sticker on the window, and it did not have the F1's on it. But it came purple like it is right now, and there's another one that is orange that you can get just down in front of where we just were at Eclipse Towers. Here is the Firebolt ASP. Here is a Canis Kalahari and an APC with the candy cane livery on it, which I'm going to have to put BENNYS or something on there. And this car right here, you are not even supposed to have, but unfortunately I have this one too, and it has the Scorpion King livery on it that you can get when you're level 1000 at the LS car meet. And I'm not level 1000 at the LS car meet, but I got the car with the livery certain special ways. And now the Benefactor XLS Armored. Alright, so here is a, I don't even know what that is, a Vapid Riata. Done up with BENNYS and a Yankton plate. And there is the Inverto Coquette that was a God Mode car at one time. And here is my Terminus. I left the factory wheels on there just because it looked pretty hideous with the F1's on it. So I kept the factory wheels on it. And here is the Police Corvette with F1's on it. And a Yankton plate, I would imagine. Maybe. Yep, it's got a Yankton plate on it. And there is, what's his face's car? Can't remember his name now, right offhand. There's an unmarked car with F1's. Here is the Dorado Cruiser with a Yankton plate. Cop cars with Yankton plates. And here is the truck sitting on BENNYS with a Yankton plate. And here is the Devast 8. Now, if you're under 15 years old, you probably still drive one of these puppies. And there's the Annis Euros. This is the only car in this garage that is not modded or anything done to it so far in this floor. Except the only reason I haven't done anything to it is because it has a special plate on it. That is, I don't even know what it is. I think it's an E-Cola. Yeah, it's an E-Cola license plate. I don't know if I can put the E-Cola plate on something else. I think I can. And then transfer it back to this. So here's another set of cop cars with Yankton plates. Here's the Impaler SX on BENNYS, the LE Cruiser on BENNYS, the Greenwood Cruiser on BENNYS, the Outreach Faction on BENNYS, and the Dominator FX Interceptor on F1's. Now this I haven't done anything with, the Overflood Entity. I think that was either a LS car meet car or I got it off the wheel. Here's a Pegassi Zentorno, which if you are under 15, you probably drive one of these also. And now here is a Suzumi like we just saw in my other garage. I got this one off the wheel, I think, or I got the other one off the wheel. And here's the Albany Roosevelt Valor, which I think I got from the salvage yard. Carnage. Yes, sir. Got the special plate on it. So what I do is I have a car collection, and if they have the special plates that come out, I try to get them from the salvage yard. And now here's another one of these Pegassi Torero XOs. And there's another Drift Yosemite, which I think I got that one off the wheel too. And there's a regular Insurgent. I think it's on BENNYS, I'm pretty sure, yep. And there is a Galaxy Ardent and the new Bravado Banshee on F1's. And there's a Boar, Karen Boar, which I haven't done anything with. I think I got this one from the salvage yard also. Has a special unique plate on it. Nope, that was just plain Jane. Benefactor Shafter. Here's a Torador on F1's. There's my Oppressor. It's got the Louis Vuitton livery on it, which it shouldn't have. And I think the light is purple or something, the headlight. There's my other champion. There's my champion that I got from GTA Plus. Here's the LD Organics van, which I have a video on how you could get that back in the day. All my friends and I all have one. We had to speak to Franklin and wager him quite the price for it. There's another Deluxo on F1's. Here's the Jubilee on F1's with Yankton plate, and it even says Franklin Clinton, whatever his name is, P1 on the license plate still. But that's the Jubilee. That's the agency car that you're not supposed to have. And here is a Pagasi Osiris with nothing done to it, and a Ubermacht Revolter. There's the Zaruso. There's a weaponized Ignis. That's just plain Jane. There's another Cypher. There's a Mammoth Patriot Mil-Spec. And another freaking Hot Ring Evron. So, I got a lot of work on cars to do. Alright, here we are at the casino garage. Alright, so down here are my merging vagrants. These are the vagrants I use to merge. If I want F1s or BENNYS on anything, I use these vagrants because I have Yanktons on them, I have BENNYS on them, I have F1s on them. And it's pretty much easy to merge from a vagrant onto anything that you want to. This Walton over here, I just merged the other day actually, and kept it how it came out. Old school car. This car right here, I have no idea what the hell's going on with it, but it is a taxi, and you can use it as a taxi. It's the Annis Hardy way. I can go and pick people up with that. It's got F1s on it. This car here, the Rapid GTX, it's got BENNYS on it. And this car right here, I merged from the other Sentinel XS, and this one is a Sentinel GTS. I merged it from the other Sentinel XS that we just saw that was purple because I wanted that purple car. And here is my other oppressor with a Galaxy livery on it. And this is the Karen Evron RS. I think it's got BENNYS, sure does. And another Toreador. And there's the police bike, which I'm going to try to merge something on there too. But why not? While we're here, let's take a minute to rest, relax, and take in the breath of exhaust while we're down here in the parking garage. Alright, so next stop is going to be the bail office. Let's do it. And if you made it this far into the video, don't forget, like the video, and smash that subscribe button, bro. And here we are at Bottom Dollar Bounty, where we can keep 2 cars, but that's about it. Well, we can keep 3 cars. We got our Bottom Dollar Bounty Enforcement van, which actually I'm wondering if we can merge that. I don't even know what this car is. Ubermacht Reinhardt, that's right. And then the Rattel, Vapid Rattel, on BENNYS and on F1s. Those are repossessed vehicles from somebody we had to take into custody. So now we'll go to all of our houses. So I have five owned houses and 3 mansions, so have 8 houses altogether. That's unreal. Alright, so here's one house. I have this Drift Yosemite on BENNYS, and I got this Kira on BENNYS, and this Kira on F1s, and then we have a couple of the self-driving vans, which they self-drove themselves right into here. So I got Overflood Entity XXR, got the Pfister Comet SR, got the Karen Sultan Classic, which is actually on the wheel at the casino right now. That's not where I got this one, but I know it's there. And then we got the Karen Woodlander, and then the Insurgent Pickup Custom, which is another one that has got Galaxy livery on it. So then we go a couple stories down, and we're at this garage. We have the, forgot what the hell this thing's called, the Jabba on F1s, and then the Dubsta 6x6 on F1s. We got the Vapid Clique on F1s. We have this little Vito Modern right here on F1s. We got the Nagasaki Outlaw on F1s. Got the Albany V-Star on BENNYS. We got the Tesseract on F1s. We got the Ruiner on BENNYS. And we got another BF Weevil with a crazy stance on F1s. And then a Lampadati Komoda on BENNYS. And then we'll work our way over to this house. This is Franklin's house in story mode. I made sure I bought that. Hail to the yeah. So this is where you get your F1s from when you first start them out. The only problem is these 2 over here, you can actually change the color of the rims. And these 2 over here, you can only change the color of the ring on the outside of the rim. You can't change the rim color. You can only change to like that yellow on the yellow circle on the outside. So I duped these rims onto my new cars that I use, so I can actually make the color of the car like this one here, which that is a Tulip on F1s. And then we got the Gauntlet Hellfire on BENNYS, and a Dominator GTT on BENNYS. And then of course we got the Slam truck that's fucking worthless as a fucking tits on a bull. And then we have the Itali GTB Custom, a Vapid Dominator, both on BENNYS. These cars right here are like 3.5 mil each, I think, something like that. But if you want to do merge glitching, that's where it's at. That is how you get your F1 wheels. Now we go over here to 2 more residences I got, side-by-side neighbors. I own these 2 lots. And we have the Stromberg on F1s. And those are the F1s where the ring around the outside changes, not the rim color. And then we have the Benny. And then we have the Duke of Death, I believe. I think this is Weaponized Tampa. There we go. And see the ring around the outside changes, not the rim color. And then we have a couple of these cars here. Wonder where those came from. But then we got this Anus RE7B on BENNYS. That's pretty sick. And then we have the half-track looking silly on F1s. And here's the Duke of Death. We got the Duke of Death on F1s. And then we have this same V-Star in here. The Albany V-Star. I ended up winning 2 of these off the wheel. Or maybe even 1. I know I won 1 off the wheel. The Dinka Blanja Kanja Blisto. Or Blista Kanjo or some shit on BENNYS. Got the Free Crawler on BENNYS. Got the Grotti Itali RSX on BENNYS. Got the Grotti Cheetah Classic on F1s. We got this dang thing, the Coil Brawler. That's on BENNYS. We got the Debauchy Spectre. That one's different than the one that's in my other garage, but that one's on BENNYS. And then we have the Willard Eudora on BENNYS. And you can deliver people with this taxi too. So, and this is the Cash Cab. That's what that is. So, yeah, see? Haha. Cash Cab, bro. Alright, so that's all those garages. Now let's go to my mansions. So now we are at the mansions. And welcome to my mansion. You need to come this way, please. Let's go. I will chauffeur you in. Alright. So in this garage, we have some ECs. Everybody knows what those look like, I imagine. In this garage, we have some more ECs. Jesus. Is there anything on the podium that we need to know about? Alright, I don't think there's anything in the podium. Nope, nothing in the podium. Let's fast travel. Properties. Richmond Villa. Welcome back, sir. Alright, so we have some ECs and an FMJ. MKV. We have a Deity. Enus Deity, which is a pretty decent car. I think I've got 3 of them. Here's the Ashtrail, the Pfister Ashtrail, which is the new Porsche. Here is the Buffalo Cruiser, which is the new cop car, which tends to disappear on you if you don't do the right procedures when you're near it, which is alright. And then we have a couple ECs, and then we have the Pegassi Tempesta, the Grotti Itali Classic, which are both new cars, and that one is on F1s already, which I just need to do something to. I need to do some paint and stuff to it. Here is my other oppressor with the Money emblem, the Money livery. Here is my Pizza Boy bike, which I haven't done anything with. Here's another Deity. There's another EC. And there is the Buffalo SVX or something. STX Pursuit. That is a brand new police car. And here is another Deity, I think. So there's 2 Deities in here. 1 and 2. So, I don't think anything's in the podium, actually. Let's see. Which one do we go to? This one? Yep. Nothing in the podium here. It just makes no sense to put things in the podium just because
How can I assist you,
it's either
sir?
going to take up a garage space or a podium spot anyway, so what the hell's the difference?
Very good, sir.
Now we're going to my 3rd and final mansion garage, and then I just have my bunker to show you, or my facility to show you, and then my hangar. So we'll start at the hangar so we can fly to the bunker, or the facility, or whatever. Alright, so here we are in here. We have a Night Shark that has a Galaxy livery. We have another FMJ on BENNYS. Oh no, that's a Fister Extreme. We have a Fister Extreme on BENNYS. The Hakachuka Drag. The Night Shark on F1'S. Another Night Shark on nothing. And here is the Coquette D10 on F1'S. Here is the Lost Slam Van sitting on regular rims. Here is the 10F wide body sitting on BENNYS, because it's a BENNYS vehicle. Here is the Bravado Banshee GTS, and here is another Vapid Clique that comes wrapped up like a Christmas present. These are where I kept all my Fister Comets at one time. Here is a Fister Comet Safari with Galaxy on it. Yeah, don't fuck around, I'll break your ass with that shovel, boy. Alright, and this is a Fister Comet S2. And this one is a Fister Comet S2 also, and it has Bigfoot on it. I got this one off the wheel actually, just like so, and haven't done anything to it. This is a Vapid FMJ. It's not the MKV. It's just a regular FMJ. Here's my Karen Kuruma on F1'S. Here is a MKV. And here's a Grotti GT750 on F1'S. A Ubermacht Sentinel and Ubermacht Rebellia. So the Sentinel is on BENNYS, and the Rebellia, I think I won off of something, and it's just been sitting in here ever since. So let's go see what's on the podium, if anything. We just have a plain Jane Vapid FMJ MKV sitting there. Nothing special with that. So let's go to the hangar now. Alright, so we'll start with these. Here is my Pyro. Basic. Not on anything. Need to get it on BENNYS. Here is my, I forget what the fuck this thing's called. Iron Mule, something like that. This is a Sea Breeze, I believe it is. I need to mod all these so I can put them on BENNYS or something. Weaponized Canada helicopter. Forget what this is. We can climb in and find out. This is a little Havoc. Here is my little jet. This ain't the Raju. This is the other one. The one that was before the Raju. Forget what this one is too. Well, I can come over here and look. I'm gonna put them away and pull out the rest. So last one we saw was a Rogue, then a Cuban. There's the Havoc. That one's a V65 Molotov. Weaponized Canada, the P996 Laser. Then the Iron Mule, the Sea Breeze, and the Pyro. So let's do this. Let's do storage. But we have the Titan 250D, which was out there. Here's the Raju. We got a Pyro, a Cuban, a Havoc, Weaponized Canada, the FH-11 Hunter. Got the Buzzard Attack Chopper. Got the Akula. Got the Hydra. Got the Tula. Got the Besra. Got the Bresra, the Sea Breeze, the Rogue. The Alcunis, which is extra large. And the Bambushka, which is large. We got the Valkyrie. The Volatus. Another Volatus. A B-11 Strike Force again, which I believe is on BENNYS or something. Let's take this one out here. Let's take that one out and put another one in there. Oh no, that's not the right one. B-11 Strike Force. We got the FH-1 Hunter, which we got all kinds of stuff. So anyway, let's go to my facility, and I will see you when I get there. Alright, here we are at my facility. Let's go in and see what we got. Alright, so we have a modded Avenger that I made a video about how to get just the other day. So there's that. I think everything in here that belongs in here is Galaxy livery, I believe. Here is my thruster with Galaxy livery. Here is my RCV with Galaxy livery on F1'S. Here's my APC Galaxy livery F1'S. Here's my half track on BENNYS and Galaxy livery. Here's one of these cars. What's this doing in here? Here is my, what the fuck is this thing called? Chernabog or some shit on F1'S with Galaxy livery. I can see my Barrage. I think that's what it's called, Barrage. I think this thing is called the Barrage on BENNYS with Galaxy livery. Here's my tank on F1'S with Galaxy livery. Here is my, this fucking thing, whatever it's called, Dune Fav with Galaxy livery on F1'S. And here's my weaponized Tampa, F1'S with Galaxy livery. Almost forgot about the bunker. We got to check out the bunker, of course. Alright, so we got the anti-aircraft trailer on BENNYS. And we got the cab truck. I'd say Phantom Wedge, but that's not what it is. It's the cab truck or whatever the hell it is on BENNYS. And now, if you have GTA Plus and you have one of these Vinewood garages and you lose your GTA Plus, your cars stay in this garage until you pull them out. So what I do is I don't park anything worth value in here, because anything that's in here is going to be sold. And so that's why I have it crammed with dupes. And actually, it's more than $85 million garage. There's 20 on each floor. Oh no, there's 100 in here. So yeah, there's 100 in here. So this is a $170 million garage. So there you have it. So, hey guys, good seeing ya. Oh, wasn't me. Every floor in this garage is ECs. I don't need to show you. I mean, I'll go from floor 1 to floor 5, you know, just to show you. I don't have anything in this place except for ECs, and it's full. Here's floor 5. Got the same thing. 20 more ECs. You know, it's just the place I use to store them, because I'm never going to come here. You can't sell them here. Peace out, y'all. Get yourself going crazy in your own fucking head. We're coming back with a little psychotic video tomorrow. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.